Okay, technical drawing, page 596, 1936-1. We're going to go to top view, top plane, and we're going to do a 3-point center rectangle. This is for the vertical piece, the 1.5 square. So you select the origin, stretch out, sort of just create a box. We're going to grab this, we're going to add a relation, make it horizontal. Then we're going to grab this piece and add a relation and make it vertical. And then all we have to do to define it is define its outside dimension, which is 1.5 inches. We're going to zoom in. We're going to create our usual offset of 20 thousandths. Okay. We'll zoom in there. Change that to construction. Happy check mark. We're going to trim closest, create the gap. And what else? Fillet 0.02 at the remaining 3 corners. 1, 2, and 3. And then if we go to the ISO, we can extrude this. We're going to do a mid-plane. This is going to help us because if you look at all these parts, they're all centered, for the most part, about a common axis. So you have to sort of look at what you're drawing and then see where that common axis is. So we're going to do mid-plane. This thing is 3 inches tall. And we're going to keep the thickness as 0.01. Okay. And let's just check. Like I always say, check, make sure it flattens nicely. Suppress that again. And we're going to save. This part, I'm just going to save it as number 3. You should change it. Save it as 1936-1 for the first part, -2 for the second. We're going to save. File. New. Another American part. USA, because it's all English. We're going to go to the right view. And we are going to sketch on that plane. We're going to do the same type of box. Stretch it out. We can't add relations to anything yet because we need a center line here. And we're going to make this vertical. Then we're going to dimension this angle, which is 30 degrees from the book. And then we are going to give it its size, which is 1 inch. And 1 inch. Okay, so now it's squared up. Take this part over here, we're going to offset it 20 thousandths, change that offset to a construction line, and then we're going to do the fillets again of 0.02. Okay. And last thing I'm going to do is create that little gap. Trim closest again. Now this part is 4 inches long, but if you try to make it 4 inches long and then try to cut it in half, I don't think, actually I know, because I've tried it, I don't think it's going to unfold correctly. So what we're going to try doing is making 2 parts like this. So we're going to close this sketch and save it quick as part number 4. And we're going to take this sketch and we're going to extrude it out. And we're just going to go in one direction and we're going to call it 2 inches. Whoop, wrong thing. Leave the thickness at 0.01 and its direction of 2 inches. Okay? So that's part number 4. And then we're also going to do, we're going to save this as part number 5. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the feature. I'm going to go blind in the other direction though. And I'm going to save it. Okay, so now I have all 3 parts that I'm going to need. And then the next thing I'm going to do is a new assembly. And I'm going to turn on my origin. And I'm going to insert the first component, which was part number 3, and it was already at its center. So we're going to take it. Then we're going to insert the next component, which is part number 5. This is the rare occasion where you're going to be able to mate these things right to the origin because of the way I drew them from the origin. So you don't have to worry much about mating to planes or center lines or edges or any of that stuff. So we're going to mate that one here. And then we're going to go up here and insert component existing. And we're going to browse on the desktop, and we're going to find part number 4. So the origin's on the opposite side, so you just go to the center and it'll automatically pick up the origin and center it. And we're going to save this. It's going to come up as assembly number 3 for me. And that's how you put it all together. Now we need to edit the internals of this to get rid of these pieces of material so I don't have to look at them. And we're going to do that in a second clip, because I don't want these clips to be too long. So there's the part. We're going to stop at this point, and then we're going to start going through and cutting and extruding things.